Yeah, just same as per usual. Just be a minute or so. I'm looking for something to talk about.
Okay. You have a pocket. Shit. Ah, shit. Fuck. Yeah, shit.
All right, make sure you're cresting healing once you start getting, like half HP. Get your supports to look at you because they kind of weren't, and that could help them look at you faster. Also, kind of walking like straight onto the middle of point. Your tank can
Yeah.
kind of do that a bit better than you can. So, position that would be like a death from poor positioning.
Okay.
Looking to, either stay towards the outskirts. You could go left side. You could stay right side. You could kind of stay back where your supports were. Okay. There probably could like toss in a nade at him, right? Like just looking to get that electro nade out and doing things whenever we're close enough for it.
Okay. They weren't here. Okay.
Okay. We're missing a decent bit of electromagnetic grenades. We'll maybe like review it when we go back to the training range, but note it's 10 meters is
Okay.
your range on it. Okay, very nice.
Yep. This one's just gonna be somewhat of a relaxed game. Nothing's really happening.
Yep. Yep. I mean, easy round. Oh, I probably would say the main thing was just our nade usage, just making sure that you're connecting it because it's a pretty easy ability to actually make sure it's connecting. So just
Yeah.
making sure it's hitting its target. Once it hits its target, if they're below us, if they're like below half HP, if it's a squishy, then just kind of look away. You don't really have to focus on them unless you think they might be able to get away with an ability or something like that. But you can kind of just let them die to it and then move to a different target. And then not using it on people who you could potentially just shoot normally, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Sometimes, like if Reaper's in the middle of one HP in the middle of two of you, maybe nade isn't
Don't
needed,
use it. Yeah. Okay.
but nothing massive.
Okay, so I can just move here. Mercy 1.
McCree up top.
Alright. So during that last fight, we kind of gave up high ground for free,
Yeah.
so make sure just looking to maintain it and keep it,
Okay.
unless pressured off.
Shit. There's the McCree low on point. Or down on point. Got Hanzo now. That's fine.
Very nice.
I keep using it like old flashbang. They forgot about me. Oh, I gotta stop using it like old flashbang. I'm too used to it. Nice shot.
Very nice.
Yep.
Good shots.
And it's just GG now. Nothing much they can do.
So, alright, so press tab real quick. Alright, 33% electromagnetic magnetic grenade attach rate. Right? That's the main thing I'd look at that game. Right. Other than that, like, you know, you're 19-2. You didn't die all the time. Your team, you know, went pretty smoothly. You you know, maybe like the other thing that was maybe like the second biggest point was like, you know, sometimes we would miss some shots where we could have been hitting them, but also I don't think you're like fully warmed up, right? Was that your first game on?
I think it was my second, honestly.
Second
like,
on. Okay.
Yeah, this was my first right here. I did not do well. I only started getting better at my end point where I played McCree.
Gotcha. All right. Well, yeah, I guess feel free to queue up for another one while you're in queue. I'll stream for a moment. Just, you know, note that it is a very, just so that we can get a feel for the range, but I'd say you're overestimating the range in which you can use your flashbang, just because obviously
Yeah.
it's just exploding midair a lot of the time here.
Mhm.
But it is a very sharp 10-meter drop-off. So if you're at 10 meters away from an enemy, it will connect to the person. If you go to 11 meters and try to do the exact same thing, then it's not going to connect. It's just going to explode in midair.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And then it doesn't do nearly as much. So you have to make sure that you're within that 10-meter radius of a person that you're trying to hit with it. And if not, you're not going to do very much with it.
Gotcha. I'm just too used to old flashbang. I had way too many hours on McCree beforehand.
Yep. Definitely just need to get used to new one. Yep. This is a big thing. McCree, are you familiar with McCree's not his traditional air roll? Are you familiar with his air roll tech?
Yeah, what exactly is it?
The one where you're able to kind of roll upwards through the air.
I know that you can use it to get high ground. Like, basically, fuck. No, you can't get up there. It's just like, if it's a little bit higher than what normal people can jump to, you can get there.
Yeah. Are you familiar with how to use it?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. So if are you looking at my stream? I see that you got a game, but if you're looking at my stream, basically you're going to press your jump and then shift in a very, very quick succession.
Okay.
It really, it's one and then the other, but you have to do it really quickly. And then that's basically the air roll is. So it's jump, roll in really quick succession, and you can use that to cover upwards distances, whereas in situations where you wouldn't actually be able to cover it if you were using the normal air roll.
Okay. Now, let's see how I do this round. I got a mercy pocket, so you know, or hopefully, probably not with the Lucio on here, but we'll see how it goes.
Mhm.
Every battle makes me stronger.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture
Oh my god, he's just healing it. Oh, I missed that? Okay. Okay, just throw TNT in. Sure.
All right.
Ah!
A couple things.
Okay.
Firstly, we can be a little wary of
Missed
jumping
all
straight
my
on the
shots.
Yeah, miss all your shots. But besides that, be wary of jumping straight on the point. Watch spam jumping, which is where you're just going jump, 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 jump. It's gonna make you easier to headshot, so be careful for doing that. Be careful that you're not chucking your dynamite straight on top of the diva, because then she'll be able to eat it super easily. So toss it when she's not looking. Uh-oh.
Shit. That was bad positioning.
Yep, just make sure you're using cover, right? So when toss it around the diva when she's not looking, toss it when she's out of mech, toss it, just make it harder for her to just eat it up.
Oh, fucking, I should just switch to McCree at this point. Yeah, I should really switch. Fucking. Oh shit. Okay. Let's just switch now.
Alright, all good.
Yeah, Volt. Hey, Soldier has ultimate.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
Oh my. Mercy, you slippery bastard. Fuck.
Alright, so...
Okay, that was a bot move. I should have moved where their backline was.
Yeah, I think there we were just, like, firstly, lack of cover, right? Really on the open.
Yeah.
Secondly, lack of awareness, right? We just, like, we didn't know soldiers on top of us, so on top of us. Good shots.
Fuck. Hmm. Lack of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yep. Just take a deep breath, because remember, you're able to change up your gameplay mid-game, right? Like
Yep.
what you were doing 5 minutes ago could be different than what you're doing right now. Okay. Really
Should
good
not
chance.
live there.
Yeah, but just be careful once again about kind of walking straight into the middle of their team. Okay, better shots. Okay, maybe take the chance to like reposition high ground. That maybe you know
Yeah.
we're looking for like a high noon this fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Just remember, in between fights is the best time for that.
Oh. There we go. We won this. Who's gonna come back? Probably Torbjorn. Yep.
All right. Yep. So I think one of the other things better right away better attach rate, right, at 63. It's like, you know, twice as good.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it a bit more, right?
Yeah.
Then besides that, it's seeming as though a lot of the times you're kind of getting a little
In their
too
back line.
yeah, in their back line, kind of running to the middle of the team. But then also sometimes it feels like you personally are getting a bit too into it, where I'm hearing a lot of like kind of muffled gasps, and like you'll be in the middle of a fight and you'll hear right, and like that sort of thing, where
Oh.
like you're kind of really intense into it, where and then on top of that there's things like, you know, you start getting a little frustrated, which is of course not everybody has that, but just once you start feeling that sort of stuff, right, take a deep breath, right, pull yourself out of it. Once that, like I said before, remember that the beginning of the game doesn't have to define the end of the game, so you were doing much better in your second half than you were in your first half.
Yeah. I switched to McCree and I started
Mhm.
hitting a little bit more shots.
Yep, exactly. So just making sure you're not getting kind of too overwhelmed by the game. You just play it, right? Make sure you're just a bit calmer. And besides that, like I said as well, don't sprint into the middle of the team.
Oh my god. Okay, I saw her and I was like, shit, got back up, and that happened. Let's not peek that again. 8 point. Let's see if I can chase this. No.
Okay, I like this positioning. Just rolling through the open to get here, maybe questionable. Very, very nice. Yeah, this is kind of like where I think you should have been, like, to start off the fight.
What happened?
Yeah.
Why'd not go off?
Very nice.
I kind of just have a one-track mind where if I see an enemy, I kind of just want to murder their face. And I just find a way to get there.
Right. Remember, if we're trying to be a bit sneaky, crouch. Don't jump around, because jumping around makes it very easy for them to hear you.
Ah, well, shit. Let's see if I can get this on him. Oh, I almost got out. That's surprising. No, they can't get me. Okay. I did kill their Ana, so we should maybe win this. Yeah.
So in that situation, right, probably the biggest thing was that you just were too deep and you didn't have a way to escape. So maybe even if you're up on that high ground behind them, maybe make sure that you're a bit closer towards
there.
exactly, over there, so you can kind of just get back a bit easier.
Gotcha.
Yep. Notice
Okay.
how it instantly looks at you as soon as you press the button.
Okay, I got back out. Nope. You're dead. I couldn't
no.
get out.
Well,
I'm taking her with me.
yeah, so there you step back. You were behind the. Remember that it's. Oh, actually, never mind. Oh,
You
never mind. I
can't.
forgot. It's behind. Yeah, they did change
You
that.
can't.
Yep, you're
Your
right.
shields don't matter anymore.
Yep, you're correct. Very correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
very
knew I was
potentially
dead
running into
there.
the enemy, like, running towards them, could possibly do it. You know, instead of running one way and then doubling back. But yeah,
Yeah.
you are right.
Reaper. Oh, hi. I just need one. I'm dead. I should have stayed behind the car. Mercy resing. Damn, that was such a close round.
No time to waste.
Reality bends to my will.
Can we touch? No, I don't think that this is a good idea. Nope, I'm leaving. See ya. Nope, I did my poking. I'm out, and I'm dead. I should have left earlier.
You said I'm leaving like twice and then stayed.
Yeah. I was just like, I can get a little more shots off. My greed gets to me.
Yep.
Greed. Well, at least I'm doing better than the enemy right now. What does she want to do? What? Oh. Shit. Oh shit. Yeah, nope, that was a bad idea. Mercy's getting res that now.
So a lot of deaths resulting from over-aggression, right?
Yeah.
Where was I?
Gotta unbind that W key.
Just switch them with the S key, you know?
Just crab walk everywhere. I've actually done that before. It's fun.
Okay. See what I can do up here. See, yep. Thanks. Yep.
Potentially press it like, you know, a few times if they're not looking at you, and then besides that, make sure you're using cover so that you're not getting shot at while you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
Well, you got an apology.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely getting better time than them at least.
Well, I think you can still do it. Third point's the hardest to push.
Yeah. I kind of want to push left side. You think I won't hold this?
That was a little
Okay.
silly of the diva.
Yeah.
E.
I'm just watching the Doomfist do it. What? Oh, that's where he went. Okay. Oh, Mercy already got someone. Oh, bye. Oh, bye.
Yep, exactly. Once you hit that first shot, you only need the nade.
Come on, Mercy, peek me. Oh, hi. I'm taking you with me. See ya. That was just lucky. Okay, move over here. Oh, well,
I'd maybe look to avoid flashing until, or like using your nade until.
no, okay, that was a battle.
I was about to say, just maybe look to avoid using your nade until after he's wraithed. That way he
Yeah.
doesn't just walk out of it.
At least we get a guaranteed draw now.
Where's my team?
Okay.
Almost. All right. So, while you are in between fights, why don't you just press and hold tab for a second and scan through deaths on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Especially if you just look at your own in comparison to your team, right? You'll
Mhm.
start to notice a pattern of second highest on the board, right?
Yeah.
Out of out of 10 people. So, once again, indicating that probably staying alive is a bit of an issue, especially when you note that your team is currently in the lead right now. Your team is winning. So
Yeah.
being on par with the losing team is not great.
Not
Um,
something good.
Though there is also another good thing if you're pressing tab. What's the good thing about the right hand side?
I got 23 final blows.
23 final blows. What's the good thing about the percentage on the right side?
Uh, 83%.
83%. That is much better than 33%.
Yeah.
I'll see this matter resolved.
So
I
Mhm.
think I just gotta use cover like I did in Nepal. I did cover better in
Yep.
Village.
Yep. So we're dying. Just a lot of different things that are leading to deaths. Over aggression. Kind of sometimes we'll sprint into the middle of the team. Sometimes we're
Yeah.
not using cover. We're just standing out in the open. Sometimes we're not paying attention, and somebody's just on top of us, and we don't notice. Just maybe a little bit of everything at the moment.
Oh, hi, Winston. Bye. Uh, mm, hi.
Almost.
Nope. I'm getting back out. Teleport to me, Kiriko, please.
Especially if you have to push through long open sight line. Might have even been better to just let your teammates push back to you.
GG. There
Good
you go.
game. Alright. Alrighty, right. So, why don't we hop out and go to the training range and we'll do the review and go over everything.
Okay.
Alright, we got like a few extra minutes, and then also you got your notes as well. So, I don't know. Is there anything else that we can discuss in the meanwhile? You did Ash for a minute, but not for too long. We did McCree for a minute. With McCree, one thing I was going to talk about is high noons. high noons is really the time that you can be extra flanky with McCree, right? McCree, as in general, isn't really a big flanky character because to flank, there's a difference between off-angling and flanking. Have we discussed off-angling?
Off-angling is just like you're close to your team but shooting from a different angle.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly right. Enemy team, our team, main angle, off angle, right? Off angles are fantastic. I can just pop over here, get a quick shot, nade, and someone's dead, and then I can get back to my. It's very fast. It's very safe. A flank would be like if I did this. So enemy team, my team, main angle, going up the high ground to be an off angle. But if I went all the way around and all the way around, okay, well then this it takes much longer. It's much more dangerous. So therefore, usually characters who are best with this sort of thing, with flanks, would be faster, more survivable characters. So think like Soldier, Tracer, who have speed and survivability. They can do flanks. McCree doesn't really have too much of either. He doesn't have as much self-sustain, and he doesn't have as much speed. So he'd much prefer an off angle over a flank. The exception to that would maybe be if he has high noon, because if you have high noon, well then you can kind of come on the sneaky play and go for a high noon, and they're not really expecting you to come from this angle. So one thing I'd encourage you to do is maybe look for those plays a bit more if you have high noon, because they can get you around. What off angles and flanks do for you is they create a crosshair effect. It kind of distracts and draws attention from the main angle. It splits the attention of the enemy team. It also means that you have surprise advantage. No one's really looking at you, and then by the time you've acquired all your targets and you're pressing your shoot, they've now just found out where you're at, so you take a lot less damage. And you know, on top of that, you just get past all the tanks and the shields and things like that pretty easily. So I would probably recommend going for that. Other ways you can get off high noon without dying is using cover, or not using cover, using team support, right? So let's just using a shield, or
you just T-posing in front of the diva.
Yep. Or potentially doing it from like out of range, right? Doing it like if they don't have too much range, you can do it from really far away. Are all options. Flanking usually, I'd say, or off angling are pretty decent options.
Bullseye.
Yeah, I think that's it for the moment. Why don't we start to wrap up? Abilities, kind of touched on a little tiny. We didn't really do any Widowmaker.
No, we couldn't.
Yeah.
No map was. We didn't have good maps.
Yep. We did Kree and a tiny bit of Ash, mostly Kree. Abilities E, make sure that you are using it frequently. Sometimes we would be within range, and like for the like there's an example like where we're like right on top of Mercy, and we're just kind of staring at Mercy and shooting at her and missing all our shots. So we're just like E, right? Just like just press the button when we're within range,
Yeah.
and then don't press the button when you're not within range, right? Potentially you could push up into range to press it. Once you land it, it all takes is one body shot, and then someone's dead, right? So potentially, if you know that they're not going to get heals, that they're not going to get away with an ability, you can just leave them to die, right? Go do something else. But it kind of depends, right? Sometimes if they get heals or if they have an ability, then you can't do that. Then besides that, air roll tech, you can just practice it. I recommend getting into the habit of it. You can just practice it, anytime you're rolling around, coming back from spawn, that sort of thing. You can even do it on the ground, right? Notice that's an air roll right there. And then that way you're just getting used to it, so it just kind of comes naturally. Besides that, honestly, roll wasn't too bad. I'd say it's mostly E that needed to work. Overall, maybe higher end of a low to medium priority for you to work on. Then comes high noon usage. High noon, don't hold on to it. Don't use it. I think you did a decent job of getting people around the diva. Potentially could be using those flanks just to get more people, right? Because we kind of got like one person with our high noons. Don't use it when their entire team's staring at you or you're low HP. Sometimes you'd press it and then it'd be an instant death button. Just be careful of doing that. And yeah, besides that, just look to stay alive when you're using it. Overall, that one was maybe a little bit lower. So just a low to medium priority. Then comes your mechanics. Mechanics just continue to work on. They got much more consistent towards that latter half. So maybe a good warm-up's what you needed. I don't know if you did that earlier, but besides that, just like look to maintain all the things we talked about last time. Keep crosshair placement. I'm pretty sure we talked about crosshair placement last time, right?
We did.
Yeah. So continue to think about that. Continue to warm up. Keep consistent as you're playing through. Just, if you're having a trash, aim thing, remember that once again, that first half of the game doesn't dictate the second half, right? The second half of your game, you aimed much better than the first half, right? Swap up characters if you need to, right? Just to give you that mix up. Besides that, sometimes there's a bit of target priority things that came up as well. Overall, maybe a bit towards a medium priority for you to work on, that sort of thing. General aim just to continue to make more consistent. Then comes your positioning. Make sure that good positioning is the usage of cover. Bad positioning is the absence of cover. Make sure that you're standing close to objects and not far away from them. Last time we went in depth on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure that you're just utilizing cover. Make sure you're utilizing high ground. There'll be situations where we could have taken high ground. You can take high grounds in between fights when you have tons of time to do it. You can take high grounds even just when you're sometimes you'd like stand next to them or have a high ground just right above where you're standing, and then we just kind of sit at low grounds, right? Of course, don't do long flanks, don't do long rotations in the middle of a fight, but if you're in between a fight or if it's a shorter one, then go for it. Flanker, think about when and when not to flank. Usually don't want to just do too many just kind of normally, but you definitely can if you have high noon. And then off anglings are going to be fantastic. A lot of the time, though, the biggest deal was just that we'd be out in the open, or we'd kind of sprint into the middle of their team. Just be way too over-aggressive, right? And then that would get us killed, right? Those two things. And that makes this probably like higher end of a medium, something maybe even something along those lines, higher end of a medium. Then comes your awareness, focusing on where is your team at, where's the enemy team at. Besides that, I think awareness is better. Still not perfect. There'd be moments where you'd kind of be caught off guard, but I don't think as much as before. But definitely still paying attention to where's my team, where's the enemy team. Keeping your ears open and listening for your audio awareness. When you're low HP, make sure you're not peeking out in the open. You're using cover. You'd be 1 HP and then still kind of peek out, right? Watching that sort of thing. Request healing. Press it a couple times if you need to. Watch your range away from people. You're ranging 10 meters for your electronade. Sometimes you'd also step out of your just normal shooting range. Make sure you're not going too far away, because then you're not doing as much. We didn't really go in depth on that though. Overall, that one's more of a maybe medium, a little bit lower. Maybe we can bump it up. We'll say make positioning is a medium high, and this one's and then awareness is a higher end of medium, something like that. And then final thing was probably the biggest deal, and that's survivability, right? Just way too many deaths still, right? Like just easily preventable ones, right?
Yeah,
that are just
I rolled into the Sojourn.
exactly, right? A lot of over aggression. Honestly, that's probably something we could have gone over with our time. We will discuss that next time. I'll type it out in chat to go over a concept for next time that maybe can help a bit with aggression, seeming as though aggression maybe is something to work on a little bit, but almost never is there gonna be a time, unless you have a very, very significant win, like you've already won the fight and you're not gonna die. Almost never are you gonna roll into the middle of like 2, 3, 4 people.
Yeah, I think the only time my aggression really helped is when I got pick off on the Ana and I ran up to the Widow.
Yeah, and in those situations it's fine, because it's just like, you're not in danger in those situations, right? Because you can instantly get back to cover, instantly get back to your team, and you can, and it's not really putting you in that really dangerous situation. When you ran up to the Widowmaker, right, what's the threat, what's the danger, right? When you went up to the Ana, you run up to Ana, you land that, and then you roll out and you're good, right? As long as it's not rolling into the middle of them, of their entire team, right? So just be really careful of that. Survivability, that one was like the the medium high. That was the it was
The big
pretty high
one.
up there. Yeah, that was the big one. So just remember that survivability is comprised of those other things, but focus on staying alive. And focus on those other reasons for staying alive. Don't just think, oh, I'm gonna stay alive. Think through the other things that cause you to stay alive. And once again, if the entirety of staying alive is too much, narrow it down, right? I'd start off with don't sprint into the middle of their team. That one seems to be probably the most egregious one, right?
Yeah.
the most easily preventable one if I just, unbind W. And then second highest would probably be cover usage on that.
Okay.
So I put that all in order. Number 1 is survivability. Number 2 is positioning. Number 3 is awareness. 4 is going to be your mechanics. Then 5 is ability usage. Already seeing improvement, right? That's the power of focusing while you're playing. Already
Yeah.
better. And then finally ult usage kind of at the bottom. Any questions?
No, I think I'm just gonna pick up McCree again, maybe, as my secondary to Widow.
Gotcha. Sounds good with me.
Mhm.
Recording.